Okay. So first, how about you ask her where her roots are from?
Mexicano. ¿Es indígena o es...? Pues sí, soy de la ciudad de Oaxaca. Se pone a pensar en sus antepasados, los indígenas. Sí, pues cómo vivían antes, how they lived before, y pues ahora la forma que tenemos de cómo vivir.
¿Usted cree que ellos fueron salvajes, como dicen los que vinieron acá? Los blancos. No, she does not believe that. Larry. Okay. Do you consider yourself native?
Yeah. Well, my name is Brandon. I'm 16, from Mexico.
Do you care to find out more about your ancestors?
Yes, because I really don't know about my ancestors, so I would like to know more.
What is your image of your ancestors, if any?
I don't know, to be honest.
Do you think your ancestors' culture is beautiful?
Yeah, I believe that what we celebrate is pretty cool. Awesome.
Why do you think you don't practice your culture anymore?
We have new traditions now, and we just forgot about everything else.
You think it's been forgotten?
Yeah, forgotten.
Would you consider them uncivilized, like in the textbooks?
What do you mean?
Like
History
barbaric?
books, they would say that your ancestors were uncivilized.
Or savage?
No, I think we're just humans.
David, nice to meet you. David Sanchez.
Okay, thank you. What is your race?
My race? Is it snarky of me if I say Chicano? Because I really don't identify as Mexican American. I hold a lot of Mexican heritage to myself, so I more identify as Chicano, with this whole Los Angeles flair.
Okay. Do you consider yourself native?
Native? Enough of my DNA is native, so I consider myself native, yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you care to find out more about your ancestors who are indigenous?
Absolutely, man. That's kind of what I want to get into. I've kind of had a passion for the Popol ever since I heard of it. So, that's definitely sparked an interest in my ancestry for a while now.
That's beautiful, man. What is your image of your ancestors? Do you think about them? Do you think your ancestors' culture is beautiful?
That's actually a pretty interesting question. For my university career, I've kind of looked into anthropology, which is the study of indigenous peoples. Mm-hmm. So I've had a beautiful opportunity to look at artifacts, religious and historical, of ancient Mexica people, and I gotta say, they live the most beautiful way. Their culture is amazing. The religion is a little not for the faint of heart, but it's amazing.
Oh, my name is William. I'm here with my kids.
Cool. What do you consider your race? What is your race?
My race?
From your perspective.
Native. Not from here, from South America, but native.
Why do you think a lot of people who identify as Chicano or south of the border, why do you think they don't practice, or a lot of them, don't really talk about being indigenous?
I think it's the lack of education they receive in the schools about native people, and all the sense, all the cultures from the South American part, central part, the north part. So I think it's just a lack of education on that area.
Where do you think that lack of education stems from?
The white system.
Okay, so Eurocentrism.
Yeah, the white system, and there's no opportunity for from people from other cultures to be in positions that they can teach and do more investigations and studies and a lot of stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you one last question. Do you think it is important to learn about your indigenous heritage and history, regardless if you do not know your tribe?
Yes, I think it's important to know the real history, not the whitewash history. It's important to know everything that we can learn from our native ancestors. It is.
Hi, I'm Martha, native of East Los Angeles, born and raised.
What is your race? What do you consider your race?
And that's a hard answer because as a little kid I'm used to filling out white and I knew I wasn't white. And you know, there's something else that kind of fills in that whole like, you know, I know we have white blood in us, European blood in us through colonization, but it's kind of ignoring the indigenous, you know, ancestor I have there. So I really don't have an answer for that. When I fill it out for other forms, I always put other.
Did you know that the Pope enforced the doctrine of discovery, which claimed your ancestors, indigenous people, as subhuman, and it gave Europeans the right to genocide non-Christian, non-Anglo European people?
I didn't know that. Is this recent? Because if it is, I mean...
This was the beginning of colonization on our homeland, which is this continent.
Okay. You know what? I'm not even surprised by that. I'm really not. If you look at the diaries from Christopher Columbus, you hear about the atrocities they were doing to natives just because they were dark, just because they were seen as evil, you know? Less than. Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Do you think because someone is forcibly taken away from their traditions, they are no longer valid as being indigenous anymore? What is your thought on that?
No, I don't think that's fair because you can't, it's just not fair because it's not like you chose to be taken away. So yeah, you're stripped away from it. There's indigenous cultural customs that maybe you didn't get to learn because you didn't grow up with it. But I don't think that should strip you from indigenous because then that's just gatekeeping it too. What are we better than the Europeans that did that too? Who's white enough? Now are we doing that with indigenous? You know? Yeah.
Awesome.
Luis González, mexicano, nativo mexicano.
Los dos.
No, soy mexicano.
Mexicano. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So hi, my name is Jay Gonzalez and I am Latino.
So you consider yourself Latino?
Yes.
Why?
Because my family, they have a heritage, they were born in Guadalajara, which they come from over there and they came here for better lives.
You consider yourself Latino?
Yes.
Do you know where that origin comes from?
It comes from a mix of American and Mexican.
Latino actually comes from Europe. So Europe, that's from a different continent, that's from Spain.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of our people are a mixture of indigenous and Spaniard. And Latino was a term used to colonize indigenous people so they didn't identify with their native identity. So a lot of Mexicans, Latinos, and Hispanics are actually indigenous people, but because of the 100 years of Spanish rule and colonialism in Mexico and other countries, our indigenous identity has been suppressed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
No, like, yeah.
It's okay if you don't.
No, like, if you're from the island, but it's the thing, yeah. Like, what's it called? Because we're part also European, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So from European, I forgot where Christopher Columbus, where he colonized. From there, so he took in, he took in people and he erased our indigenous people that used to live there. So then from there, I forgot what was his name, but from Europe, a conquistador came. And yeah, there we go. And that's when they mixed, and that's what made the first. What's it called? Mexican, right? Or is it?
Kind of.
Yeah.
So Mexican comes from the word Mexica.
Yeah.
And the Mexica, you consider yourself indigenous. Why or why not? No right or wrong.
Like based on indigenous, do you mean like my heritage personally, or?
Like, do you consider yourself indigenous? Like, do you have indigenous blood? Do you consider yourself indigenous?
I do feel myself that I'm native, yeah. Because I mean that comes from my background. You know what I mean? So the people that I know that I had an ancestor who was indigenous for a fact. Because
it's obvious.
It's obvious, exactly. Yeah. I mean say I'm Latino. So
Like
they explain to
Latino,
me.
the word Latino has been used to kind of
Hide- yeah.
focus on European side
Yeah.
and kind of dismiss our native side. Latino means that you come from Italy or Spain,
Oh, okay.
which could be true since a lot of us are a mix of Spaniard and native,
Yeah.
but it's a disservice because
It
we
doesn't
aren't
say
just
nothing about
European, we're native. Our brown skin, brown pride, that all comes from here, our homeland. We're standing on the same land as our ancestors, that our ancestors have been standing on for thousands of years, and that's why the survey is happening to educate and bring out the history that our people are Native Indigenous people,
I'm really happy, right?
and what really happened, and that to be proud that we are Native and not be ashamed of it,
You know, I'm proud.
because a lot of our abuelos, abuelitas, a lot of our family, they say, oh, don't say there's something wrong. Oh, kind
Just be
of,
free with me, right?
oh, no soy indio, I'm not native.
Yeah.
Like it's something to be discussed, and that mind frame comes from this oppression that Europeans have put on us.
Yeah, because they
This-
changed our identity.
The self-hatred.
They call us Latino. They call us
To be brown
Hispanic.
is to be dirty. To be native is to be bad. When we gotta be proud of who we are,
They
where we
make us
come
look
from.
bad.
Huh?
They make us look bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Spaniards made us look bad. Yeah, we have Spaniard blood, but we also have indigenous blood. We are native to this land. And we cannot forget the pain and the beauty of our ancestors.
How they sacrifice for us.
They sacrificed. Yeah. They went through a lot of pain.
No, I know they did.
Yeah. If the Spaniards never came, who knows? You could be speaking an indigenous language right now. You could be speaking Nahuatl, an indigenous language, or many others. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I want to say thank you for your time. Before you go, I'm just gonna tell you a quick indigenous word in Nahuatl. Piali. It means hello. It's like aloha, which means hello and goodbye in Hawaii. But Piali was spoken. It's a Huazatec Nahuatl. And Piali is hello and goodbye.
I'm accidentally brown. Went to Spain to see if I could stay a while. They looking at me like I was a redhead stepchild. Must have lost my way when they cut out my tongue. Went out to Hollywood for a movie I could star in. Look like a cowboy, so you sure can't be no Indian. We got a job on the side, selling flowers and gum. You know that it's so easy, baby, to feel at home when you're looking and no one looks back. No, it's just a little bit tricky, make me whole, and all my pieces left on the track. Everywhere I go is someone else's ground. I'm accidentally brown. I'm accidentally brown. I'm accidentally brown. You know I dyed my hair, changed my name, wearing color contacts just to fit in. Try to talk